call to order this meeting of the Monroe County Stormwater Management Board on October 14th, 2020, and at 3 p.m. And we have unusual circumstances this evening. Would Penny or Julie, would either of you like to explain this, or Tron?
I can explain it pretty quickly. We have a 3:05 p.m. Continued meeting related to a mediation issue that both the Plan Commission and the Board of Commissioners are attending. It got continued from yesterday until today, which is about the only time we could all be there, or most of us can be there. So if we could beg your indulgence, we're going to stay on this Zoom call. You're welcome to stay if you want to watch as members of the public who have come for the stormwater meeting, but we're going to have to recess the stormwater meeting until this other meeting is done. And then we'll come back and finish our stormwater board meeting. And deepest apologies from all of us for this, but we really are under a schedule, a tight schedule. So I'm going to make a motion that we recess this meeting until the conclusion of the mediation meeting.
Second.
All right. Terry, could you call the roll, please?
Terry, you're muted.
Thank you. Tron Enright Randolph,
Here and yes.
Penny Githens,
Yes.
Lee Jones,
Yes.
and Julie Thomas.
Yes.
Pass 4-0.
Thank you. And again, thank you all for your patience and your flexibility. We'll be back to the stormwater board meeting as soon as we can.
Okay, I'd like to call the meeting of the Monroe County Stormwater Management Board back to order. And the first order of business is approval of the minutes for September 9th, 2020.
I move that we approve the minutes from September the 9th. With one correction, I wasn't sure, I couldn't remember, and I didn't go back and look, I'm sorry. I wasn't sure if Julie Thomas did or did not vote to approve the minutes, but she's listed as present. So will we clarify that in the minutes?
I did.
Okay.
And so I'll second that motion with the correction.
Okay. Mr. Quillman, would you please call the roll?
I'm still wrestling with a meeting. Julie Thomas,
Yes.
Penny Githens,
Yes.
Tron Enright Randolph,
Yes.
and Lee Jones.
Yes. Motion carried.
4-0.
And we have no old business, so we will now move on to new business. And the first order of business is the stormwater expenditure report for September.
Thank you. As I
Quillman?
go down through the list, the first thing that jumps out to me is the fleet maintenance, and that's a little higher than normal. What it represents are brake repairs for the Gradall. I think it normally runs around 2,000 or so, so that was excessive, and it was surprising the cost to replace brakes. Going on down into the 30 section, there's $7,500 there for the cartograph license and maintenance. That's a one-time-a-year charge. Nothing else sticks out. The Stip Road, that's working toward the permitting on that. And I did hear some word from the consultant on that just the other day. And he's expecting an answer from the Corps in the next month or so, I believe. So it's advancing. Beyond that, I would like to, down in the yellow portion where it's summarizing the 3 projects we've got going on, I had put on Baby Creek, I had put the contract amount at 337,000. I did not include the preliminary engineering in that portion. So I've increased it up to, under Lisa's guidance, she told me I was incorrect in not including preliminary engineering. I've increased it to 371,500, and they've, the billings have been 291,026, and the percent complete is like 78%. That project has been submitted for permits, and they received some feedback today, and they're in right-of-way negotiations at this point. And I've got on down the agenda, I want to talk about a request for additional services on the right-of-way services. We can talk about that in a little bit. The Monroe County garage construction is complete. I'm holding a retainer on that, is what you see there, to see that the vegetation gets takes hold and they've got it finished up. And that's about all I've got to add there. Does anybody have any questions on any of this? If not, Lee, I'm ready to go to the next item.
All right, the next item is the 2021 monthly Solid Waste Management Board meeting schedule, which you received in your packet and hopefully have looked over.
This is the Stormwater Management Board.
Oh, what did I say? Did I say solid waste?
Yeah.
Sorry, the initials are so similar that I confuse them all the time. Sorry about that. Yes, this is a stormwater meeting.
These are the dates we've proposed. It's following our same format that we've had previously. I would like to get requests and action on that so that we can adopt them.
I was just curious, were we planning on sharing the screen and putting that up, or were we just kind of looking at it?
Good question.
Just for the public. I mean, I'm looking at it right now.
Connie,
I like the hourglass shape of the dates, you know.
There you go.
Hey, that's actually kind of neat. Didn't notice.
Let's see, I'm disabled. Can the host able me, please?
Awesome. Thank you, Connie.
Thanks, Tron. So there are the dates. Any comments on the?
All right. I don't believe there are any comments on the schedule. I have a motion to approve this.
Yeah, I'll move to approve. In July, that's my birthday, so I plan to attend, but just let everyone know it falls on my birthday, the July meeting. So I move to approve.
I move to approve, or second that, except for we have to strike when Tron's birthday is, you know, in the minutes. Not sure you want that public record.
No, not anymore. So Larry,
Okay.
Sorry, Terry, I guess you could call the roll.
Lee Jones,
Yes.
do you approve it, Lee?
Yes.
Kenny,
Yes.
Tron Enright, Randolph,
Yes.
and did we lose Julie? Looks like Julie has had to leave. It still is approved 3-1, 3-0. The next thing on my list is a request for additional services from Shrewsbury. This in regard to the Baby Creek project. Their request is for $43,530. And this is a result of when we moved into the right-of-way design, we realized that I had several more right-of-way descriptions that I needed. When they put their proposal together initially, it was to account for, I think, 6 or 8 right-of-way descriptions for the improvements. And as we got into it, we had additional descriptions for temporary right-of-way, and we had some descriptions, easement descriptions required for change in flood boundaries. So what's happened is the right-of-way work, if you go to the next page, Connie, page 15.
You really broke up there at the end. Mary, could you?
There you go. Can everyone see it? Okay, the 4 parties involved with the right-of-way descriptions are Deckard Surveying, where they're doing the descriptions for the additional parcels, Monroe County Appraisal, and Todd DeHaler that's doing the purchasing. Those, I talked to Lisa about those, and she said that they're based on the number, it's falling right into the prices per each description that they're receiving on the other state jobs. And the $10,000 from Shrewsbury there at the bottom is to manage the additional descriptions and close them out. So that's my explanation. If there's any questions on it, I'll try to answer them.
I have no questions.
Seeing no questions, is there any public comment on this? And I guess not. We didn't have a motion yet, I believe. Any, Tron?
Yeah, I was bringing up the item. I'll move for Baby Creek culvert replacement, Shrewsbury request for additional compensation.
Yes, go back to the first sheet, Connie.
To approve. So that was my motion, I guess.
I think we need the amount in.
Oh, I need to include the amount. Okay, sorry. Moved at the amount of $43,530.
A second.
Thank you. Mr. Quillman, would you please read the roll?
Yes, I will. Tron Enright Randolph,
Yes.
Kenny Givens,
Yes.
and Lee Jones.
Yes.
Thank you. The next thing on our list, I'm going to switch things over to Connie here. There was some conversation in earlier stormwater board meetings about pursuing more adult education programs. And Connie has come up with some really nice things that we now have posted on the web. And I'd like for her to just give you a summary on it so that then you can go to the web later and kind of look at these programs yourself.
So in conjunction with the city of Bloomington, we started thinking out of the box, and because COVID has limited our engagement this year severely, and in all walks of the Parks and Recreation programs, as well as Monroe County Solid Waste District programs. And basically, my education consists of 3 groups with contractors, adults, and children. So I feel like we're fairly well established with our contractors workshops and providing information on our website, Stormwater Services. And then with the children, we started the contest for the calendar, We have Bug Fest and Snail Day and other outreach programs with them. And so our adult program pretty much just consisted of the website and how we reach out to people with a 4-H fair. We give them calendars as well as county maps, and then let them work with us about stormwater complaints or concerns. Then I also give a couple rain garden presentations, and we would participated in the past with financially supporting the lakeshore cleanup. And so I came up with these 6 right now presentations. They're just PowerPoint presentations that are exported out as a video. They're about 10 minutes long in duration, so a person can sit down and watch as many as they want or as few as they want, and get some ideas about our stormwater program, the MS Forum, what they do as a whole, stormwater tips for property care, such as if people like to wash their car at home, change their oil, secondary containment, use of fertilizers and composting. Then if you would like to consider rain gardens and bioretention or low impact development, that's another thing, and they're quite beautiful when they're put in. And then best management practices gets a little bit more in detail for homeowners associations, and lets them know what the county is responsible for, and then the homeowners themselves. And so that one gets a little bit more detailed. And then right now, I'm also working on the illicit discharge and complaint reporting. I should have that one done pretty quickly. And the other one that is finished is erosion control for individual lots. Going forward, after I get done processing the fee right now, I'm working on that, then I'm going to be going into the construction general permit, which was formerly known as Rule 5. Those changes will go in effect. We're thinking at the right beginning of 2021, and then maybe a presentation on stormwater fees. And then we're hoping to get some of the planning department interested, maybe talking about our new permit program, applying for grading permits and zoning, as well as Tron's department talking about the GIS and the Elevate. So basically just little short presentations about different aspects of what the county does. And then the city of Bloomington, they've linked to my videos right now, but I'm sure that in time they're going to be producing some on soil health, and maybe invasive species and how to remove those native plants, and many other things, inlet adoption and storm drain marking. So that's the program that we've been working towards, and I think that it's going to kind of fill a gap right now during this time of having to stay away from one another. So that's what I've got.
Thank you.
After our last meeting, I actually got online and looked at the first 2 programs, Connie. Well done.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the work you've done on this. Hopefully, a lot of the public will take advantage of it. And I guess, Terry, you have nothing else?
No, this doesn't require any action. It was just filling you in on what Connie's been doing. She's accomplished quite a bit here in the last month or so.
I guess I will just add a little bit that you can find this on the county webpage under civil government, highway department, and then there's a link called Stormwater for Homeowners presentation series. So if you're interested, please go check it out. I was able to watch him right when Connie got him released, and I even shared him on my Facebook post or Facebook page, my personal Facebook page. And I think they're wonderful. Thank you so much, Connie.
Thank you.
Nice job, Connie.
Thanks a lot.
That's all I have.
We might want to consider, thank you. we might want to consider having these linked to the county's Facebook page. That
That's
might
good.
get more people involved. All right, then I guess if that's all, are adjourned until our next meeting, October 14th at November 10th at 3 p.m.
I just want to thank the Stormwater Board for their patience earlier for us to suspend our regular meeting. We did that at the last second, and I appreciate everyone's patience here today. Thank you, and sorry for the disruption to the meeting today.
This is Jim Faber. I'd like to make a comment, if it's possible.
Sure. Yes.
My comments are, what about the people that don't have emails and internet service? Could you put it in the paper someplace about these stormwater overview, the stormwater tips for property care and so forth, those
It's a good
6
idea.
items?
It's a good idea, Jim. Good idea. We can do that.
Okay, and I got some other comments about the my usual expenditure report comments.
Right ahead.
On the 40 equipment, you've got 309.91% spent. Is that for equipment that was not budgeted for? And your 40 item?
I'm looking. I didn't catch that, Jim. I'll have to check into it and get you an answer so that I don't tell you wrong.
It's 309.91%. Okay, and also at the end, for everything, you got 83.98% spent for the year, which you got a quarter of the year still left. Are you going to have enough sufficient funds for the rest of the year from your budget?
Yes, we will. That we discussed that last month, I believe, and there's money there that I think we carried over. We encumbered from last year that we're using.
Okay, yeah, that's where it's coming from. Okay.
Also, Jim, actually the 2021 budget, that usually takes effect around December 10th, actually. So it's not after January that the new budget kicks in. So we actually only have about probably a little less than 7-8 weeks on this budget.
Roughly 2 months left then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, I think now we can be adjourned, probably.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.